Oh, will you do that part? I don't.
Hi, Teddy, sit down. Thank you. So,
It's his birthday. Could you just be nice to him today?
no, it would
Okay.
change our patterns.
Oh, don't mess
Oh,
up.
so welcome to Facebook, and we're going to start with our wonderful Karie Hillery. Yay! With the song I Let.
Yep, this is one I wrote. It's very simple. The lyrics are, "I let the love wash over me. I let the love wash over me. I let the love." No, basically, that's it. And the word love will change, and I will call out what that will be changing to. So, if you want to stand up, you can. If you want to stay seated, you can. You can rock out from your chair. I let the love wash over me. 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 I let the truth 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 wash over me. I let the grace 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 wash over me. Joy, I let the joy wash over me. 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 I let the joy wash over me.
And because you're here and sang that song, love, joy, grace, all of it is washing over us. One more round of applause. Yay. Thank you so much, Karie. And so we are the Center for Spiritual Living. Oh, Pleasant Valley. And this is a new graphic. It's wonderful. And so thank you, Scott. Thank you, Myrna. But I know it's Scott that did the work. She was the wind beneath his wings, I'm sure. But thank you so much. And what we're all about is awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And how we do this is by being soulful, being compassionate, being love, and being agents of change. And today, again, I am so happy that Karie's with us one more time. And she not only is an amazing musician that sings all her original songs usually, but she also is going to speak and weave like this musical opera into everything today. Yeah, with grace, beauty, joy, and wisdom. So we're always so happy to have you with us. And who else is with us is our Myrna Morales, and we're happy that she's here, our practitioner that is in her second year of ministerial, and Pamela Bailey's here, and Marcia, who's our POD today, yay, is here. And so I'm going to take all of this joy, all of this good, and just bring it right here into the center of my being. Because this joy and this love, this wisdom, love and law working together right here on stage. Love is the inspiration, the imagination, the creation that is in each and every one of us as this ever-evolving, changing world continues to unfold in ways that I see that are very good, and in ways that challenge me to step up in who I am. So I'm grateful for each challenge to build my spiritual muscle, and each joy that I remember, hold on to, knowing that God is, I am. Every step I take, I feel and believe there is the divine within me, moving me ever onward, upward, inward, deeper to my heart. And I give great thanks for this today and all days. I let this go. I call today good and very good. And together we say, and so it is. And one more time, it is my honor to introduce Karie. Yay! Yay! You're going to sing a song, and then we're going to do the birthday. Thank you.
Trying to be organized here, but you know how that goes. If it's my life, the harder I try, the less organized it gets.
Oh, well, we're going to do, Marcia, here, let me just. Okay, so what we want to do is honor our Teddy today, one of our strongest board members, and it's his birthday absolutely today. Can you come up, Teddy?
Oh, come on.
He loves the limelight. Are you kidding? And we're all going to, but as Teddy comes up, we also want to say, please stay. There's birthday cake for you, and there's also people want to get. I think a lot of us know you here. Yeah.
I only have one thing to say. I bring this so all you people are reminded that there are books you should read every day in order to become a better human all the way.
Oh, very good. Let us sing happy birthday,
That's the
Teddy.
first serious
That's
thing
a
I've
nice.
ever heard him say.
Oh no.
Well done, Teddy.
Yeah, we're gonna sing happy birthday.
That happens
Happy birthday to you. Teddy's on his way. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Teddy. Happy birthday to you. And I'm glad you're in my life and all our lives. Thank you. Thank you for your wisdom.
And for those of us who say many more, only when the climate is better.
Okay, bye. Okay, and now, if you want to do the candles of faith, that would be great. Thank you, Pamela Bailey. Yay! Our board president. Come on up.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yes. So as we're moving along through this service on a rather circuitous path, I am up here to read the candles of faith. And I was listening to something yesterday which reminded me, we talk about how what binds all of these traditions together as we speak of the different ones, but also there's something beneath even that, beneath the love, and that is the consciousness. That is the eternal, everlasting part of ourselves. So just keep that in mind. And here we go with this ceremony, which we perform to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings come from that one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. So first, we light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them at this center and for all religions unnamed in this ceremony. And last, as we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love. Thank you as you hold them in that place of the healing. And next we have, ta-da, Karie. Yay! I remember which is which. Oh, okay.
So this song was inspired by the Course in Miracles, one of the directives from the Course. Some of you probably know about the Course in Miracles? Yeah, I figured. All right. It's still, yeah, waiting for my miracles. I've seen some. So this is, the directive is to ask these questions, and they are, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? So I kind of want you to, these are interesting times. My life has become extremely interesting as of late. So I'd like for you, as I do this song, you can close your eyes, and if you want to think about those questions and see if you get any instructions, any answers to those questions. Just see if it works. Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say and to whom? Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say and to whom? Take a moment to look deep inside. Move away from your fear and your pride. Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say and to whom? There's a purpose for all living beings to discover our hidden wings. So where would you have us go? What would you have us do? What would you have us say and do? Sing that with me. Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say and do? Let's sing and listen and see what we get. And we know there's power in more than one joined together. So let's sing it. Where would you have us go? Where would you have us go? What would you have us do? What would you have us say and do? Where would you have us go? What would you have us do? What would you have us say and do? Uh-oh, Marcia, they're going to get you.
Good morning. Good morning. It is my pleasure to be the practitioner of the day today. What is a practitioner? A practitioner is someone who has studied the science of mind, religious science, Ernest Holmes, and has opened their heart and their mind, open at the top, to be available to encourage and inspire each person to know that they are all that there is. God is, I am, in each and every one of us. And to that end, this is an affirmative prayer center. And I would like the practitioners to please stand, starting with Reverend Pamella Geagan, who is a minister and a practitioner, as always, and Pamela Bailey, who is our lead practitioner, and Myrna Morales, who is joining us, and me. And we're always available. Please sit down. Thank you. We're always available by text or by phone. Our numbers are on the program, or here in person to speak with you about whatever's going on, be it quote-unquote good or quote-unquote bad or in between. We'd love to hear from you. And you might notice at the back of your chairs there is a prayer request and a pen. You can use it, and you can put your request in God's pocket, which was created many, many moons ago by a very talented member. And that pocket of God is checked by the practitioners. Prayers are then proceeded upon. So I would like to share a quote from Dr. Holmes. Prayer is a thought, a belief, a feeling arising within the mind of the one praying. The universal mind contains all knowledge. It is the potential ultimate of all things. To it, all things are possible. And I'm going to add, since we are God is I am, and when we pray, we use the universal mind, then for each and every one of us, all things are possible. Please come and see me if you like after service, or text or call. We're all here. We're all available. It is our joy to encourage you to pray. Pray on your own. Pray with us. Pray. We're speaking out loud to God anyway. When we take the moment to just go within and say what's on our hearts, that's a moment for us to be in direct communication with the divine. We always are, but we may never or not always be consciously aware of it. So I invite you to pray, and thank you. Karie?
Good job, Marcia. Well, she's like an old pro, huh? A young pro. Yeah, we have to be so careful of our languaging. Especially my languaging. My granddaughters will go, "Ooh, Grandma, you said a bad word." Don't learn that one, child. I say it's blue, but maybe it's green. There must be a million colors in between. So why do we argue? Why vilify? 'Cause nobody wins with an eye for an eye. I will stay open at the top. I will live in the end, embrace paradox. I will stay open, walk in my talk, and I'll start a movement that no one can stop. I will stay open, open at the top. I will stay open, open at the top. I'll search for the middle, no polarity. 'Cause when we're not open, we cannot see a third way of knowing, between seen and unseen. We have more in common, a place in between. Stay open, open at the top, exploring the end, and I won't get mocked. And we will stay open to these new thoughts, heart and mind open to share what we're taught. We will stay open, open at the top. We will stay open, open at the top. Beyond ideas of what's right or wrong, there is a field where we all belong. Find common ground, place we agree. We are creating a true path to peace. If we stay open, what might we learn? Loving all that is different. Let's accept, let's discern. We will stay open, open at the top. We will stay open, sing this with me. Open at the top. We will stay open, open at the top. Affirm that. We will stay open, open at the top. We will stay open, open at the top. Thank you. That was my good buddy Charmaine Charette on background vocals. so excited. She lives in Salt Lake City. She's got the most ethereal voice you've ever heard. And she's flying out for my 70th birthday house concert to sing with us. So, yeah, life's good. So, talking about staying open at the top this morning, you probably might have guessed that. And I feel it's really important to be open at the top as we bloom and blossom and grow into our greater true selves. So if we dig, the deeper we dig into discovering what our individual purpose in life is, the more we have to embrace the interconnectedness that we have with all other beings and with the planet and all life in general. Each one of us are unique expressions of something far greater than us, and we're all connected to that same source. So it's up to us to find the most powerful and productive way to show up as the highest and best that we can be. So I'd like to do an affirmation. I think we have a slide for that. And I'd like you to read this with me. Today, I surrender to the presence of God within me as me. Let's read that again. Today, I surrender to the presence of God within me as me. Think about that for a second. I don't know about anybody else, but am I the only one who sometimes fights surrendering to that knowing? Oh, okay. Thanks, Pam. I feel much worse now. No. So in the face of the ongoing roller coaster that of life's changes, we have to ask the question, how can we flourish and how can we bloom? And how do we each figure out our individual part in this puzzle that we call life? So I believe it's really important to stay true to who we truly are and eventually lean into whatever our true nature is and to open up to who and what we're really meant to be, which is extensions of source, extensions of a greater intelligence, a higher vibration. And when we figure that out, we have a much better chance of each bringing relevant contributions to the world at large. Because we're each in our little earth suits, in our little earth forms, it can be hard to remember that interconnectedness. And I know I always bring up the roots of the redwood trees that we can't see from above the ground, that they don't have a taproot. They have a grid. And through that grid of root system, they swap information, nutrients, intelligence. And in high wind, that grid holds each other up. And I can't help but bring myself back to that image every time I feel like we're not working together as humankind. That we've forgotten, Mother Teresa said it so beautiful, we've forgotten that we belong to each other. Because we do, ultimately we do. So we can turn ourselves into pretzels trying to fit in, trying to be accepted, attempting to go with the flow. Anybody besides me sometimes have trouble going with the flow? Or we can either rail against it, or we can take the time and the energy and the determination and dedication to do the inner work, to dig deep, and to find whatever our true path is. And that can change multiple times throughout our lifetimes. For me, it hasn't. The outpicturing of what I do, the form of it has changed a little bit, but it's always been music. And I came in, I'm really lucky, I came in knowing that I wanted to do music. My incredible, stubborn, determinedness, I call it determinedness, which is like determined, only more. My determination has been a blessing and a curse, but it has certainly helped me stay the course and do what I internally feel driven to do, and that is to express as a musician. And you know, I could have made myself even more crazy by pushing against this inner directive and trying to do what my parents told me to do, or what my friends told me to do, or what my ex-husbands told me to do. My current husband knows better than than to tell me not to be a musician. He actually met me as a musician, so he knew what he was getting into. But to me, it's recognizing that we all have something unique to bring to the table, and this awareness that anybody besides me experience discomfort being who you really are. Oh, good. I mean, not good, but oh, good. I'm not alone. So it's important. It's important to recognize that we have to go through the fire sometimes to get to the other side. The founder, Ernest Holmes, says, I think this is also a slide. You don't need to give energy to the essence of being. You simply have to let the law act and respond to your vibration. Now, I had to read, she's going to leave that up, because I had to read that 3 or 4 times to kind of get what that means. And it's all right there all the time. And our job, our challenge is to touch in with it. So the best way to do this is to move past the direction of the committee. I call them the committee. They live up here. My friend I walk with calls it the board. My BFF started calling it the committee. He goes, man, I wish they'd take a break. And I wish they would, because they will, and to me it's the ego. All of that chatter is going to be overpowering to that still small voice, unless we're willing to quiet that part of our mind. And when we actually start listening and following the guidance of our true nature, of our true path, it can be really uncomfortable, because it can go against what other people think we should be doing. It can go against what we've been told we should be doing. It can go against all other directives but that inner voice. And it takes a lot of effort to allow this peace that permeates everything when we let it. It takes a lot of perseverance and commitment to listen and to follow that directive. Jesus taught us that all we need to do is ask. Anybody besides me have trouble asking for what they need? Yeah, that's a big one. And especially when we're hypersensitive, which I am, and we don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings. We don't want to put somebody on the spot. But it's all right there. And it doesn't necessarily mean we need to put everybody we love on the spot asking for what we need. What it means is we can ask Source. We can ask God to guide us. And this doesn't mean like asking for a new car. You ask for a new car, and then you open your door and there's a new car sitting in your driveway. I don't think it works that way. It's the deeper questions, the questions that are part of our soul that's seeking a greater expression of the God or the goddess, the source, spirit, divinity that lives within us. The path to more actively expressing that higher power. So Matthew, in the Bible, Matthew 7, verse 7 and 8 says, ask and it will be given to you. This is also a slide. And let's read this together. These are powerful words. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives. The one who seeks finds. And to the one who knocks, the door will be opened. So there's such a big metaphysical picture in this. And all of the great teachers, from the mystics to those who are still actively teaching among us, encourage us to lean into the importance of going into the silence. It's important. Sitting in the silence. And then, of course, paying attention to the guidance that if we get quiet enough and get that committed to take a holiday, that we might actually be able to tune into. So Adyashanti is one of my favorite teachers. He used to live quite close and had a center in Santa Cruz, and I went to many of his satsangs. One of my dear friends introduced me to his teachings, and you know how when you find your right teacher? I love Pema Chodron as well. They're just real. They don't pretend to be these holier than thou, but they're obviously very enlightened beings. And his direction is, He says, as you relax gently into awareness, into listening, the mind's compulsive contraction around objects will fade. Silence of being will come more clearly into consciousness as a welcoming to rest and abide. An attitude of open receptivity, free of any goal or anticipation, will facilitate the presence of silence and stillness to be revealed as your natural condition. So I think what he's saying here is, when we can get to that point, when we really can be still, all that we need to have revealed to us will be revealed to us. I love that he reminds us to get quiet and that remaining open at the top, open to the peace and the guidance found in those quiet moments when we are actually receptive to it. This can be life-changing. So this sounds easy, right? Just get quiet. Just sit down, be quiet, breathe deep, relax. Yeah, easy. So my life has become a zoo. I don't even like owning this, but my life has become a zoo between a major renovation at my property in San Pedro, where my little mermaid cottage was and is now a shell gutted to the studs. I am camping out in the what's left of the front unit, which is in the middle of a construction zone. So, and then, just to complicate things, I'm going to Utah to see grandkids there for my for one of my granddaughter's high school graduation. How does that happen? She was like here like last week, right? And then to Wisconsin because we have a new grandbaby on the way and we want to have a little time with the 2-year-old before it gets diluted. So somehow I'm fitting that in. And then just, to make things more interesting, my tenants in Humboldt, which is the opposite end of California, just broke their 1-year lease at 5 months and are moving out on Monday. So, and my next gig is in Long Beach, not that direction. So, anyway, that's my zoo. Anybody else have a zoo? Yeah, good. I'm glad. I hate to be alone in the, what is happening now? So how do we get still when we're in the middle of chaos? And that doesn't even address anything that's going on outside of my life in the world, which is interesting enough. So I admit it's more challenging than ever for me, and I haven't been sleeping that well, and I'm a bit frazzled, and I'm really happy that this talk, I just said, you got to help me. Give me some words for those people, because I got bupkis, as my husband says. So how do I make time and find ways to combine my self-care activities with going inside? That's been the trick for me. A lot of you know that I'm slightly unconventional. I'm an ocean swimmer. But who says that there's absolute rules how we're supposed to do this? So I am giving you the permission that I've had to give myself to do what works for you whenever and however. Because there are no absolute rules to how to do this. And as long as we find something, we can forgive ourselves that we're not sitting on a meditation cushion for 15 or 20 minutes or 2 hours or however. I used to feel so guilty. But for me, when I'm swimming, when I'm in the ocean, I am consciously communing with the energy of the water. I'm communing with Mother Nature. I am laying back in that water and I'm allowing her to rock me, and I'm consciously giving up all of the stuff. And I have tried to swim the last 2 days and it's been stormy. So, and I tried so hard yesterday. I kept going, and then there'd be another set of breakers, and I'd go back to the shore, and I'd go out, and finally I just went, okay, I'm just going to get wet. And then when I'm done, I'm going to sit on the shore for 10 minutes and just watch it. The weirdest thing was, there's not that many people that swim on our beach, and there was all of these people swimming back from the buoy. And I'm going, well, it can't be that bad. Why am I afraid? And then I looked, and they were a third my age. And then I looked to the side, and it was a lifeguard training. And I went, and I still tried to talk myself for 10 minutes into going in, because I'm like, well, if they can do it, but they could and I couldn't. And the sad thing was they had at least 3 guys out on surfboards and a guy in a jet ski. And as soon as they all came in, those people all left. And I went, well, my backup's not out there, so I guess it's okay. But my point is, that's what I do. I also walk when I'm home in Boulder Creek. There isn't really a safe beach, especially this time of year. So I walk and I pay attention to my breathing, and I pay attention to the green of the trees, and I pay attention to how my feet feel when they're hitting the ground. And I even think about, oh, my physical therapist said this is good for my osteopenia, and I picture my body getting stronger with each step. These are all just silly, simple things, but they're so powerful when we do those. So Eckhart Tolle is one of my favorite teachers. I have a slide for him. And he says, wisdom comes when one is able to be still. Just look, just listen. Nothing else is needed. Stillness, looking and listening, activates the non-conceptual intelligence that nestles within you. Let stillness direct your words and your actions. So even 3 minutes as you're laying down to go to bed at night, that's silence. Turn the radio off. Turn your phone off. Just lay there for a few minutes. I mean, I'm so desperate right now for some quiet and some peace. I'm using every opportunity I get. I'm stuck at one of those lights, you know, those lights that have 6 lanes and 3 turn lanes and a turn lane that, and they're like at least 5 minutes. Have you noticed that? So I remember Wayne Dyer used to say that he would just go into a quiet meditation and he would just wait till somebody honked at him to bring him out of it. So I can't say I recommend that, because with the road rage today, you might get hurt. But you could at least go, you know, set your clock, set your timer for 2 minutes and just sit there and don't watch all the activity. Just breathe. So just as the nature of a dolphin is to swim and not fly, so your inner nature must outpicture according to whatever your unique, individualistic expression of the God that's uniquely yours. So when we listen and embrace our individual paths, we learn to flourish as we embrace and embody our oneness with all things. We all have different paths to this expression, and that's okay. I'm glad everybody's not a musician. There are enough people in my field. There's enough competition, and I am glad that there are fine artists, and there are people who do beautiful gardens, and there are people who speak and act, and people who just show up as that nice person who holds the door for you. And I don't mean just show up for that. Those are equally important, if not more important, because they are spiritual activism in our lives. So Emerson says, imitation is suicide. Just be yourself. There is no one, nor has there ever been anyone, nor will there ever be anyone like you. They broke the mold when they made me. I think one of my favorite jokes is, just be yourself, everyone else is taken. So, and you know, we need to be ultimately who we are. And we need to trust that when we open that door to whoever that person is, that we will be divinely guided how to show up as the best and highest person that we're embodying. Sacred activism is a sacred consciousness where you embody the best expression of you, which not only makes your life full, but improves the lives of people around you. One of my Buddhist friends, I met her, she was a nanny in Redondo Beach 100 years ago. I met her at a piano bar gig I had. She now lives, she's back in England. She was English, is English. And she was even involved with Buddhism 50 years ago when I met her, or 45 years ago. She now is super active in a Buddhist temple there. With everything that's going on internationally, she is meditating hours and hours and hours every day. I have 2 other friends that are part of the sect of Buddhism that chant, and they are chanting more than they have ever chanted. There are people who spend hours and hours in peaceful meditation of all faith traditions. I'm a peace and environmental activist, and using my music to that end is my special purpose. Some people are painters Some people do one-man stand-up comedy. Everybody has a different thing. The possibilities are endless. And we have to learn not to limit ourselves by what somebody might think of us, or by what somebody else thinks we should be doing, or what our parents told us, or the weird vibe you got off the one person, anybody besides me. You do something, and everybody gives you good feedback except. And what do we focus on? So why do we do that? That'll be my next talk. So, but I'm glad I'm not the only one that does it. We need to really embrace that we're doing a good job. We need to have that inner anchor, that inner knowing, and to be tuned in and pay attention, because there will be indications when we're not on the right path. And it's not going to be one butthead who decides they didn't like what you did. It will be big stuff that will throw a regular wrench into what you're doing if you're not on the right path. And it's important to check in and ask, commune with spirit, take that quiet time and make sure. But don't be deterred if you're really feeling confident. If you feel like you've got this, then you've got this. So I think I have one. Do I have one more slide? Thank you, Marcia. Ernest Holmes reminds us, by holding a thought, you do not add an inch to reality, but allow reality to manifest in what you do. That's pretty powerful. So whatever your gifts or talents are, be true to them. The power of our vision and clarity of our thoughts and our minds can truly change the world for the better. That's our job. We create the reality we live in. And this has been a very interesting process with this challenge I'm facing at my property down south. And I have constantly been catching myself being negative about it. The bottom line is the house is going to be safer. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be up to code. It's going to be fire sprinklered. It's going to cost a fortune, and it's not something that we chose to do. But it's happening, and the harder I chafe against it because I'm not happy about it, the worse I'm making the situation. So I have really, talk about those really uncomfortable attitude adjustments. So every time I open my mouth and every time I look back at what was and I mourn and grieve what isn't there now, I just have to keep picturing that I can make it even more beautiful, that it's going to be better soundproofed. I'm not going to hear that damn neighbor's dog so much anymore, and things can be better. It's, let us gift ourselves with the time to listen for guidance, the courage to follow its directives, and allow our spirits to emulate this knowing that there's truly only one of us here, that we're all connected, and that it's up to each and every one of us to use our special gifts to co-create the world that we want to see, to co-create a safe, loving, peaceful world that works for everyone. No exceptions. Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me kvetch. So am I doing another song? Oh, thank you. All right, this is a sing-along. I think we might have done this, but I don't know for sure. Thank you, Teddy. I didn't have to look to see who said it. I know I know his voice for one thing. So this is a simple little sing-along, and we're going to basically be affirming, well, read the words. When we listen, we will hear a still, small voice so clear. Open up our hearts, our minds, our souls, something greater now to know. Let's do that part. When we listen, we will hear a still, small voice so clear. Open up our hearts, our minds, our souls, something greater now to know. Something greater, something grand, spreading love across this land. small voice so clear. Open up our hearts, our minds, our souls. Something greater now to know. Something greater, something grand. Spreading hope across this land. Something peaceful, ever true. Something blessed me and you. You guys are getting it. When we listen, we will hear a still, small voice so clear. Open up our hearts, our minds, our souls. Something greater now to know. Something greater, something grand. Spreading joy across this land. Something peaceful, ever true. Something blessed me and you. When we listen, we will hear a still, small voice so clear. Open up our hearts, our minds, our souls. Something greater now to know. Something greater, something grand. Spreading love across this land. Something peaceful, ever true. Something blessed me and you. Something blessed me and you. One more time. Something blessed me and you. Good job. Thank you for singing along.
This was one of the best talks that resonated with me. Can I give you a hug?
Oh, yeah, I can use one. Thank you, honey.
Oh my, that was absolutely fabulous. And what it reminds me of is, first of all, I just want to say when I met her, I knew nothing about her and I thought, oh my God, she looks like a mermaid. And she said, I am. Yes, isn't that interesting? Yeah. And to go with the current too, yeah, instead of fight the...
That I completely missed.
You can't fight that current. You go with the flow. And also, I just want to tell you, I came in with a mission statement that was not made clear till I was 26. And ever since, I have been drawn, and it draws me without me even knowing it. And it was everything that's in a grain of sand is in each and one of us, and we're all connected. And so to be in that connection and know that, and to honor everything in life is my mission. And what calls me, of course, is spirituality, the metaphysical. Oh, honey, one more round of. I think we all should. Go in and listen to what your mission statement is. I think it's there waiting for us to show up for it. Okay, now I'm doing announcements. So next week, we are so wonderfully blessed. We're going to have Myrna as our guest speaker, and Bill Rotella will be with us, which we really love. And by the way, we love it when you're here. We wish you lived closer. Yes, not with all those problems, though. So anyway, and Myrna also does A Course in Miracles. And at this point, I don't know what she's going to be. She's online. Please go in, because I loved what you quoted from A Course in Miracles, too, on how that song.
Would you have me go? Would
yeah,
you have me do?
yeah.
Would you have me say and do?
And what would you have me say and do? What was the last one?
And to whom?
And to whom? Okay, yes, I thought that was so perfect. So get the information from our website. I haven't been able to do this yet because of the timing of it, but I really want to go in and experience it. Okay, and next, our wonderful Sound Bath fundraiser, April 6th, next Sunday. And for those who know Pavitra, she is amazing. She'll be here. It's right after service. We'll have a light lunch for everybody. And then bring your mats, last time I brought my lawn chair. God forbid I should get on the floor. Anyway, and blankies and do whatever you want, and be prepared to go within to that deepest part of you and just be relaxed and listen to that still small voice. So it's $30, and of course all the we're going to split some with Pavitra, but it's to help support our church also. And I forgot about this. I should read it right here. Our wonderful Sai's back. Our wonderful Sai is back, and he was gone. He was gone to India, I think. I don't know where he was, but he was in India, and he is back. And like Swami, I love just sitting with Sai and his wife. He's brilliant. He discusses a lot of really metaphysical and physical things to do to make your life at peace and stress. And he's going to change his time now from 6 to 6:55 on Wednesday nights. So please join us just right before AA. So you drinkers out there or non-drinkers can get into that space of calmness when you go into your meetings. And now, here is our Kathy Sachs, and she is wonderful. And again, because of timing, I can't usually be here, but I've been here, and it's not just about dying. It's about living and everything else. And it's a once-in-a-month discussion group, life and the end of life, and it's a safe, supportive space to ask questions and discuss concerns. And our Ralph, come on down, Ralph. Yay! Our Treasures Bookstore. And he is our treasure. Ralph is our treasure. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Are you ready? I'll hold the mic.
And we've got many more treasures in the gift store. Okay, here's one here I've got here. Who's interested in snakes? Well, there's
We
a
know a lot.
nice card in case you're walking around out in the wilderness. This will come in handy to identify them. Then we have a little mindful eating affirmations. Everybody eats, right? So there you go. Pick that up. And then one last thing here is a decorative flag. I know people like that's right here. A butterfly. Who doesn't like butterflies? So that's it. Come and see me after church.
Oh,
After
thank
service.
you, Ralph. Thank you so much. And Karie, do you have CDs with you? Oh, great. Is that song, Where Would I Go on that?
I think it's on the Enough CD. Where would you have me go? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great. It's
I-
the way we recorded it. You do the mantra, and then there's an instrumental section, so you can sit. And then there's
And
a
it's on the
verse, and then there's
CD?
the mantra. It's on the Enough CD, I think.
Enough. Okay, I'm getting it afterwards. I thank you so much for being with us. And now it is my honor to introduce Myrna, who is going to come up and not only do our offertory, she's going to do our closing prayer with, of course, our Karie playing underneath her. And I get an atta girl. I didn't call you Hillary once on stage.
I think she should probably get a medal. What do you think? Or at least like a really big gold star.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Opportunity time. Yay! I love this space. I love the opportunity of being here and just knowing that whatever we contribute to the church is for the greater understanding of ourselves and for opening the door to abundance for ourselves. I love that. That was one of the things that I grew into when I found Science of Mind. I was in real estate and struggling, and then I found that by giving, you receive. So whatever you give to the church is multiplied abundantly. And we have 2 envelopes, one for the church and one for the AB. So we're upgrading the AB, and I don't think we have we should probably make a slide for that. So please open the door to abundance for yourself and for the center, and grow into consciousness. This is what we're here for. And I don't have the prayer. It's the other one? Do we have the abundance prayer?
Special delivery.
Thank you. I thought we had it on a. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to please hold the envelope close to your heart so we can do an affirmation. Ready? From the love of pure spirit within me. Let's repeat this, please. I'm sorry. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. Bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. Multiplied abundantly. Thank you. It is. And so it is. Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Sorry. So we have now put it on a slide so that people online can see ways that they can contribute to the church by Zelle, credit card, or PayPal. And I think, is there one more, Marcia? Oh, there it is. So please contribute. Your contributions are greatly appreciated.
Thank you. And Tom or Nikki, can you come up for Myrna to put her envelope into? Oh, it's already in there? Sorry. I saw the envelopes. I'm sorry. Will you stay up here as we do the closing prayer? And we'll do, you're doing it?
The closing prayer is...
It says me, that's why we got this together. How about I'll start and you end? And then stay up for the peace song too, honey. Is that all right? Okay. So what I know right here and right now is that the energetic presence in this space absolutely is saturated with the wisdom and the love to support each new idea that absolutely is the highest and best for all concerned, and let go of the things that hold us all back. And so I know that as I go with the current, I listen to that deep voice within. It is that voice of the divine moving me onward and upward to greater things. And I just say yes. I give such great thanks for Karie this morning, for every single person here and on Facebook, and I feel so blessed to be in the presence of God. And I'm going to pass this on to Myrna.
Thank you. And so with great gratitude in my heart, I appreciate every single moment of this day, every single space, and every single song, every single note in the song, releasing my word, knowing that this has been an amazing service and that it's uplifted us greatly to a new understanding of being. And so it is.
And now with Karie playing under us and singing into the mic too. It's the same thing of yes instead of let. Yes, there is. That's the only thing, Karie. You can do this. And Pamela, will you come up too? Marcia, can you come up? Oh, yeah, you can come up too if you want. That's right. She doesn't have to do the board. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Come on. She's shy.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that is meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes. begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me and you and you and you and you and you.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now. I know it in my mind. I see it in my life. I watch it out. It comes. I'm sorry. I feel it in my body. I screwed it up. I'm sorry. Well, it's one of those days. I feel it in my body. You want to start it over. We're going to start it together. Okay. Day is a great day. I see it in my mind. I feel it in my body. I see it in my life. And so it is. Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, I thought, oh boy. Thank you.
I hear there's cake. I hear there's